Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Vince is most likely one of our more enthusiastic members here at live.pirillo.com, and looks like he just left the chat room, which is kind of sad because we're about to attack his question again. He was asking earlier a relatively innocent question. Divine coughs. He was asking a question, wired versus wireless. And for me, it's a little of both. So we're talking specifically about peripherals, like keyboards and mice, and in some cases, microphones can be wireless as well. Not many people have wireless microphones just because they're kind of expensive. So Divine likes wired. Ashton says wired for the win. What do you guys think, wired or wireless? Now, I'm a little in both worlds here. I've got a wireless mouse that I've been using for quite some time, but I didn't use wireless mouses in the early days because they relied on infrared technology, and you had to be line of sight with the eye in order to get any kind of pickup, and even then it was kind of a crappy experience. This is the Microsoft Wireless Laser Mouse 8000. And it's one of the better mice that I've ever had the opportunity of using. I've used Microsoft mice for years, both wired and wireless. I've had Microsoft wireless mice before that I've taken back to the store because they didn't feel comfortable, they didn't work, the response time was not very high. This happens to be a Bluetooth mouse, so the signal is typically pretty good. I don't do a lot of gaming with the mouse, so I'm not terribly worried about response time as much, but I can tell you that I've had wireless keyboards in the past before, and I'm just as happy with a wired keyboard. And this is, if you come to the chat room and you type in what is keyboard, and I've also recorded another video on this particular keyboard. This is an aluminum keyboard. Let's see if you can get the shine coming off the lights there. There we go, thank you. There's the link to the more information about the aluminum keyboard. It's wired, so it's connected by USB, and because of that, response time is great. I had a Logitech wireless keyboard for a little while and ended up taking it back to the store because the drivers weren't working right, but to me that's par for the course with wireless technology, and specifically Logitech software. I have found it to be a great challenge to work with at times with conflicts and just usability. And specifically, I had a Microsoft mouse and a Logitech wireless keyboard, and they both wanted to use their software for each other. It was a weird situation, and ultimately the Microsoft mouse won, and the Logitech keyboard went back to the store. And Ponzi is the type of person who'd rather take wireless over wired despite any kind of performance issues, just because she doesn't like a lot of the cable clutter that happens to be strewn about when you have wireless devices. Or, I'm sorry, wired devices, not necessarily wireless. You don't have any wires, obviously. Some people love wireless devices, as apparently Lil Wheatos. Boy, I just gotta get that. What does that say? Damn, Amazon has a crappy pick of a keyboard. I'm not surprised. Amazon, you can now submit your own photos of the products to Amazon for reviews, as you can with other online stores if you think you have a better product than what the manufacturer provides. So wired versus wireless, boils down to sometimes how you like the technology in general. If you're looking for response time, chances are you're going to be happy with a wireless keyboard or mouse. If you're not looking for any kind of extra clutter, wireless is the way to go. See, Boana prefers wired for gaming, exactly. My wireless set, I have a cord hooking the receiver up to the computer. Prefer wireless for everything else. Yeah, it's you can have both. I mean, I've got both. There's not that much of a challenge. For Ponzi, beyond not having the wires, it's also comfort for her. So I always recommend that for people before they go out and buy a mouse or a keyboard, that they get a good feel for it, to know that they're going to be able to use it, because a keyboard and a mouse are very, very important. And despite what you want in terms of communication to your computer, wired versus wireless, if you're not comfortable with your peripherals, you're probably going to take them back to the store no matter what.